So good afternoon and welcome to Karen's Corner. I want to introduce Bobby Scott. I'm sure most people in the Mid-South know you, Bobby. And your current private practice name is Bobby Scott and Associates Professional Counseling.
That's correct.
And you're located in South Haven.
Yes, located in
Okay.
South Haven right now on Center Street, which is near Airways and State Line Road, but we're about to be moving in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks, still in South Haven, but over on Getwell near DeSoto Central High School.
Okay, wonderful. Well,
Excited about that.
congratulations.
Yeah, excited
Okay.
about the new place. They're remodeling it now and getting some things in place that we wanted done. And we're excited, but it's always a challenge moving, with insurance companies and all those things that go with just any move, but it's doubly the case with having to add locations and notify insurance companies, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
We're excited.
Very good. So how long have you been in private practice, Bobby?
Oh, a couple of months. Well, I opened my doors on a part-time basis way back in June 1st, 1999. So it's been a while. And was working at Parkwood at the time, a residential program manager for the adolescents, and grew my practice. I'd work there in the daytime, leave about 3:30 and go work till about 10 at night as I built the practice. So as it built, and then we did the group, we had some folks join me for a while. Dr. Christine Malone, psychologist, and Dawn Casey did that for several years, and they went out on their own and moved over here and worked with Clark Converse, building the PHP and IOP, and continued my private practice until actually my private practice then was Turning Point Counseling and Consulting, and we ended up creating an entity and PHP and IOP, and the name of it was Turning Point Recovery, which still exists. We ended up, we sold that and became a company called Addiction Campuses, which I think they've just changed their name to Vertava or something like that, but
They have.
I still wish them well. But I returned 2017, returned back to full-time private practice and built my practice back up. And I've added a couple of other therapists, and we're expanding, looking to add more therapists. And we're in the process of talking to a couple of psych nurse practitioners, which is such a huge need right now. So if anyone knows of any psych nurse practitioners or therapists, we're still looking for some other therapists as well. Let me know.
Very good. So what would you consider your specialty areas to be?
Well, certainly addiction. I'm a certified advanced addiction counselor. I've had that since 2004. Certainly done a lot of work in the addiction field, both inpatient, residential, and outpatient. Certainly have a heart for helping those folks. And but certainly also dialectical behavioral therapy around 2004, 2005. I was doing a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy, and I noticed something different about DBT, which is technically a cognitive behavioral type therapy, but there was a component of mindfulness and just being able to help clients to sit in their feeling, and not sometimes when the feeling's so intense, you can't really, it's hard to do the cognitive behavioral thought changing. So, but I found it to be very effective and went and got trained in it and eventually got certified. I love dialectical behavioral therapy because it works, because it's concrete, it's skills based, and my clients responded to it extremely well. So I treat pretty much most things: anxiety, depression, certainly substance abuse, bipolar, mood disorders, do marriage and family therapy as well. Certainly do some trauma work. What I find myself doing, I'm not EMDR trained, and both my other two therapists, Marty Forsyth and Jamaica Harris, are EMD trained. So it works well because I end up just referring those patients over to them for some sessions with EMDR, and then we continue to work on that. I do some internal family systems therapy. I've got some training in that, like that, but that's kind of, I guess, do some adolescents. I only see 13 and up. When I first started, I did children, but that's just not my specialty, and prefer to let those who are more specialized and trained than myself to do that. So 13 and up adults we work with all the
Okay.
way up.
Very good. Now, I'm going to toot your horn because you won't toot your own. But your DBT training is through the Linehan Foundation. Is that right?
No, actually not. I did my initial, yes, I did my initial training through some of her proteges. Yes, you're right. The
Okay,
certification is not through Linehan, it's through a different organization.
I got you. But
Yes,
you're one of the few certified advanced DBT clinicians in the area. Is that right?
that would be correct. That, to my knowledge. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, and that's certainly where I developed my love for DBT, and you mentored me in the process of my own training. So I was very thrilled about that, and still am. It's a very effective modality, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned a lot of depression, anxiety. Are you seeing an increase in that as a result of the pandemic?
Absolutely. What I find is the majority, probably a great number of my patients that deal with anxiety and depression, which is a lot, most all of them come in, and this has certainly caused more, it just exacerbated
Mhm.
the depression, the anxiety that they already have. So I think they're maybe coming a little more frequently. But COVID is certainly the stress and just the uncertainty, of it all. Even
Right.
still, even though we've learned a lot about it, there's still a lot to learn. And so absolutely. Yeah.
So have you seen an increase in addiction, like maybe as far as maybe somebody that was using substances that have kind of gone along that continuum and have maybe gone into abuse and maybe even misuse and dependence?
Yeah, what I've seen is folks who struggled with it and are struggling with it. Some cases have relapsed, but I haven't seen them go back into a full relapse. I've had them slip a little bit and then come back and say, I need to get back on track. And so we quickly are able to help them do that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's, the first, when people are struggling, and, that's the thing I love about DBT. It's about helping people with any kind of emotional dysregulation, which is certainly applicable for all substance abuse disorders. So, their brain quickly, when they're under more stress, quickly takes them down that road. And so, there have been quite a few that have come in and said, "Hey, I don't want to go down that road," which I applaud them for and encouraged it. So, some we've been able to head off, but then others, we were able to quickly catch it before they jump back too deep.
I got you. Very good. What in network contracts do you have with insurance providers?
Oh well, personally, goodness, Cigna, United Behavioral Health, or Optum now. I do ComPsych EAP, of course, Cigna EAP, United Healthcare EAP, Aetna, Humana, um, do several different EAPs, Health Advocates. I can't even think of them all. Most of the major insurances. Right now, I'm an LMFT. Blue Cross Mississippi doesn't contract with LMFTs, but that's about to change, I think, finally, after 20 years of fighting that.
Wow.
But my other two therapists take Blue Cross Blue Shield, so I
Okay.
refer those to them.
Very good.
But, um,
So what's the best way for someone to reach out to you or to one of your other clinicians to schedule an appointment?
yeah, our office number is 662-483-1114, 662-483-1114. That's the best way. If they'll call us, they can set up an appointment, and we'll get all their information and send them the paperwork via DocuSign
Okay.
that they can perform, and or if they don't have access to the computers, they can do it when they come in. But they can make an appointment with any of our clinicians that way. My email is Bobby at BSAP, Bobby Scott and Associates, P Professional, BSAPcounseling.com. And they can also access our website at the same thing. It's BSAP.com, counseling.com, BSAPcounseling.com. So love to hear from them.
Very good. All right. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap up?
Well, just be looking, try to let people know we'll be looking, sending out some emails and things about our move within a couple of weeks, and excited about that. And love to have anybody that has any questions, shoot me an email. And If anybody knows of any therapists that are interested in doing private practice, whether they have, I've helped a number of folks get started in private practice through the years, and we do a pretty good job of that. So be glad to help them. If anybody's interested, give me a call.
Great. Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate you.